Hey Stampin' friends, welcome to the Joy of Stamping with Rachel. I'm Rachel Coon and it's Fun Fold Friday. Today I'll be making one of my last fun folds with a Halloween theme for you, and this one is special because it requires no stamping at all. Go in a whole lot flip and we'll get started. All right, scoot this over so you can see everything better. Be sure to comment if you are here watching live, because one lucky person who's watching and says something, it doesn't have to be anything fantastic or wonderful, but just something in the comments, then you may be the winner of today's card that we make. So this card is actually inspired by Linda Bowen, and she's a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator who made this card on a YouTube in 2017, and I found it with using different DSP and everything, and I moderned it up and used it with new supplies, but that same fun fold layout. So the card we'll be making today is this really fun kitty cat one, and I'm using the cute Halloween DSP for it, and it opens up with this little arm here that flaps open, and then you have an inside spot to write. Fairly simple, and there's no stamping required. We just use the fun kitty cat punch and our DSP to make it really awesome. I did want to show you my extra idea that I made. As many of you know, our sweet Lily dog passed away last Wednesday, and I also had a friend who had a dog pass away, and one of the sweetest things to get is a card. And so I made this one for her in mind, knowing how hard it is for her right now to go through it. And I love this rainbow paper because a lot of times when pets pass away, they talk about the rainbow bridge. So I thought that would be perfect. And that's the Pattern Party, I think, Hostess paper is what that one's called. So a great card in that same layout. So I'm showing you that you can use this one in different ways. This punch is actually retired, but brought back on the clearance rack right now. So that's the dog punch right here, and that's under $11 if on clearance. And then this is our cat punch I used, and it is $18. So I'm trying not to get the reflection in there. These punches are great because they can be flipped either direction. So I could have this dog facing that way and his tail going this side, and same with the cat. I can have him flip-flop, and there's no stamping required. Let's go ahead and get the pieces ready for this one, and I'll try to give you some of these measurements. This card is going to come together really fast, so we'll take a little bit of my time to tell you some more about it. So I have a pumpkin pie card base, and it measures at 4 1/4 by 9 3/4, and we have it scored at 5 1/2. And then we have our two pieces for the front. That is our basic black mat, which is a 4 by 4, and then some DSP that is a 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. So two squares, and I can either have it on the baddie side or that black side there. And then we have our little piece of DSP with our basic black mat, and these two measure at 2 1/2 by 3 1/4 and 2 1/4 by 3, and those just go on like that. Let's go ahead and glue these down. And I'm just going to use our liquid glue, so that way we can move it around if I don't put it down right the first time, which I didn't do, you can see. So I can just carefully slide it over and fix it. Perfect. So the same for this guy. Let me make sure you can get a little more on the top. There we go. Flip it over, and we'll attach. Okay. Then also, we just need to glue it to this front here on the smaller side of the score. Just like so. All right. I did have a piece of basic white to go on the inside. Can add that. However, I use my seal whenever I want to attach some basic white. Those who know me know why. All right, so we don't want this going too far, so make sure we have it pretty close to this border there, because we don't want it to be seen through the other side. Perfect. Grab your bone folder. we go. Then here's our fun little arm. So this one measures at 1 inch by 8.5, and I have it scored at the 5.5. We'll go ahead and bend that like that, and we're gonna stick it on our back here. So what I'm gonna do is figure out where I want it just by holding it, and you can either have it go closer to the top or closer to the bottom. I don't usually like things right in the center. I like them to be a little bit off and not perfectly centered on purpose. So once you have it like this, go ahead and flip it over, and we're gonna open this part up, and you might wanna use your grid line here to make sure that you're lining this up straight. So I can use this one right here below me, that dark line, and I should be good. Then we're gonna flap it open again and add some liquid glue. Then making sure we're good. I mean, we can move it right there. I know, totally messing it up there. There we go. Okay. So a little bit of liquid glue on this side. And this, make sure. Yeah, we're still doing good. And then just fold it shut onto that card back. Like that. And smooth it out. Flip it over, make sure it looks good. Our score line's where it needs to be. Awesome. Then I'm going to take my Seal Plus, because it's a little bit of stronger adhesive, and we're just going to put a little tiny strip here at the very end of this arm. That's what I'm going to call this piece right here, because it kind of opens up like a hug coming in. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and lay that flat and attach our piece of DSP paper here right over that. Perfect. Lastly, we just need to add our cute cat with dimensionals, and we can either have it going facing this way, or we can flip it and have it going this way. Either way would totally work. We just need to add a couple of dimensionals to the back of this one. And that's what I love about these punches, and they come together really quickly. There's no die cutting here, all just a punch and some paper cutting. And that's it. Super easy fun fold, and that you can make definitely different types of cards with, changing out your layout. I hope you guys have had a fun time watching this one today, and give this one a try. Happy stamping, everyone. Goodbye.